It's a brotherhood. I mean, it really is. It is a family. I mean, it's a huge extended family, you know, just wrestling because of the respect that we have for each other. But, you know, once you start hearing about how a kid lives his life, and I even talked to the team the other day, I'm like, no one talked about what he'd won. No one talked to, hey, he'd won this tournament, he'd done that tournament. It was how he made people feel, you know, in the example that he set and how he lived. Even being 15, you know, I mean, when you can be that kind of inspiration and impact those kind of lives, I mean, I think that's the kind of life you want to live. And that's, to me, that's what this is about. This is about figuring out a way to give back, because any of us where we're at, we haven't got there by ourselves, you know. And so being able to wear this, and this is how the shirt should be. It should be soaked, you know, and have his name on it. You know, Cruz obviously has been able to coach him, you know, this last 6 months, and you know, you start. Yeah, just connections that you have in the sport, man, and people do, man. Wrestling people do show up. They do give back to each other, man. They do respect each other. So everybody that came out today, we appreciate it, and anything that we can do, it's very minimal, you know. Hey, I mean, we're just here because we love the sport and we love the kid and what he meant to, you know, his community.
You got your whole coaching staff here and a ton of your wrestlers too.
They should be, though. I mean, that's what we're about. It's about giving back. It's about finding a way to impact others, and that's what your lasting legacy is. It's not going to be all the banners that you put up in the ceiling. It's going to be those things. So I don't know if we can do a little bit to give back. Then that's what we're doing today, and that's why we're here. So.
For sure. I mean, it shows the support that wrestling people give to wrestling people, you know. I can't.
I think we're just north of 100.
What does that mean to you, man? You're pretty close with Logan, and you got all these guys. Some of these guys are coming from 2-3 hours away.
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, it was definitely something he was very passionate about, and a lot of these guys are his close friends, so it's pretty special. It definitely means a lot.
Coming away from today, what would you kind of want everybody kind of walking out of this room coming away from today, other than great technique?
Oh, just remembering why they love the sport. You know, it's supposed to be fun, and you know, Logan was a kid that always had fun, but he worked his nuts off too. So, you know, he kind of had that balance down. He's a young kid, and he had it to a T, really. You know, he enjoyed the sport, he enjoyed getting better, but he also enjoyed the process of learning and working, and you know, it was just what we preach is basically what I want people to take away, you know, and he had it down. So if they can figure out a way to emulate that, then I'll be happy.
Sweet. Well, you got a room full of studs in here. We're gonna have some fun today.
Oh, it's good, man. It's always sad, especially when you lose young people, and having a guy that embodies, like, especially what I care about in wrestling, guys that just love the sport, man, want to work hard, give back to other people, and be able to go and take something that's really sad, and it is heartbreaking, but able to celebrate what he loved a little bit here too, and share some knowledge. So anytime that you can give back and remember somebody that loved wrestling so much, I think is an awesome thing. Part of that, I think, is it being Iowa and how much people care about wrestling here. Being from Georgia and growing up around that, where not everybody's got ties to it, just about everybody you run into, their brother wrestled or their granddad wrestled, this guy wrestled at NCAAs. It's just in everybody's family around here. So you're really going to see people bond together, and also speaks that the power of your social media presence too, that 950,000 people get any retweet you put out, which I don't know if it's a good thing or not.
I'm paying for those. It's all fabricated.
But it definitely has got some power to you putting the word out there, which we appreciate a lot.
Walking out of this room today, what are you personally going to kind of reflect on? You're a big reflection guy, and you're a deep thinker. Seeing this, being a part of it, walking out of this room today, what are you taking away from this?
Balance, which has probably been the last year of my life. It's what I'm looking for, and what I think most of wrestling's missing. You got some basic needs that you're trying to achieve in life, and to really be happy and fulfilled, you got to grow, which is what we do all the time, right? That's what we're doing in here. Everybody's came to try and get better. You ask anybody at a camp or anybody at practice, why'd you come? It's to improve and get better. And that's a big piece of it. But it's just like going after money, man. If you're only like growing and growing and growing and growing, it becomes a disease. And that's probably the biggest problem we deal with guys, because it's the most dedicated guys that are in here today, or the most dedicated guys that are going to college and wrestling, and they care so much that it becomes a disease in their life. So you got to be able to balance it out, man, and you got to give back what you're growing in. And that's what today's about, for me specifically, is to come in and man, the stuff I'm showing out here is the stuff I'm working on to try and teach our guys right now, and it's to give back some of that knowledge that other people have been gracious enough to give me. So it's finding some balance in life. Continue, grow, and get better, be the best in the world, but as you do that, give back so you got that synergy in your life.
Box. Behind you are the 100+ kids here kind of celebrating Logan's life, what he meant to the community. Your kids wrestled in the club with him. Talk about today and kind of your thoughts on what's going on behind you right now.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really surprised by what is happening here today. Logan was loved by everyone, and every town, state, there's kids that came from all over the place, and he was just that kind of kid, and their family. I mean, our wrestling family means the world to us, and it's just kind of hard to explain how everyone comes together. I think wrestling, wrestling families are amazing, and I'm just really glad that I got to know Logan and his family, and we're going to be there for him, and we're going to remember him.
So your kids wrestle in the club with him. I've been interviewing a lot of coaches that knew him real well, didn't know him real well, and one of the things that keeps coming up is people didn't talk about how good of a wrestler he was. People talked about intangibles and the things he brought to the practice room. What's some things you remember about him, just being around him, competing and non-competing?
Well, he just always came in with a positive attitude and a smile on his face, and he was one of a kind. There's just no way to explain him. He's just an awesome overall kid with everything that he did.
So walking out of here today, seeing these kids coming from 3+ hours away, seeing the coaching staff of UNI, seeing other coaches bring their high school teams, what are you walking out of here today kind of feeling in your head and in your heart after seeing something like this?
Well, I just know Logan would be really proud of everybody for coming here today, and we just got to keep positive and try to do what he would want us to do, because I know that he would want everyone just to move on and do the best they can at what they are doing.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg, and I was running from my brother and his friends, and tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. I was younger then. Take me back to when I found my heart, broke it here, made friends and lost them through the years. And I've not seen the boring fields in so long. I know I've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. 15 years old and smoking hand-rolled cigarettes, running from the law through the backfields and getting drunk with my friends. Had my first kiss on a Friday night. I don't reckon that I did it right, but I was younger then. Take me back to when we found weekend jobs, and when we got paid, we'd buy cheap spirits and drink them straight. Me and my friends